not Christianity. It was not called Christianity. They did not work from a Bible. We already know the
That's a damn lie. Our ancestors did dealt with the Bible. We'll show you a little bit later.
Bible. Every version of it in America that you will get your hands on has been manipulated and changed and altered several times.
And see, this is excuses that reprobates like her use, man. All I gotta do is just learn Hebrew, man. Look in the original text, man. But she too damn lazy to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the evidence that the ancestors dealt with the Bible. All right, this is information about the Igbo, and we all know Igbos are Israelites. They brought us out there teaching the highways and byways. You know, our Igbo brethren, they're Israelites. You know, and you know, they comment on us. You know, teaching our people the right things and stuff, and us waking up. You know, and a lot of the here in Americas are of Igbo descent, which are Israelites. All right. So this is information from about the Igbos and Jewish Virtual Library. All right, we'll go to page 202. It says what? It says persecution and trade had been the major influence factors in how the Jews migrated to Africa during the periods of Islamic persecution. And for a purpose of trade, Jews moved from communities in Egypt, Ethiopia, Tunisia, Morocco to more remote regions of North and West Africa. Trade routes to West Africa may have been established as early as the period in which David ruled through Israel and turned Tarshish. All right, Tarshish, Spain, found in Tanakh, may refer to the Ivory Coast of West Africa, so they going off. All right. All right. But most likely that happened during King Solomon time. All right, with Jacobs in Tunisia. All right. It said the decline of Jewish. Well, I'm talking about the trading routes and stuff. It said the decline of Jewish community, not Jewish community, Israelite communities. West Africa can be traced to the arrival of Muslim invaders in 14th, 15th centuries. North and West Africa Jews banded with other local communities of Berbers, all right, Christians and Greeks to ward the invaders, but eventually, most likely these Jakes, man. I mean, they said Berber, Christians, and Greeks, all right, most likely they Jakes, man. All right, succumbed. Many were forced to convert to Islam, sold into slavery, or simply massacred. In the face of this persecution, written traditions such as the Torah were lost. All right. The sciences did that with the Torah, man. The Old Testament, as people call it, the Bible says, the Igbo being in Israel, though having no written evidence, their Jewish heritage, I mean, the Israelite church maintains strong oral tradition, practice many Jewish customs. It's like custom secret, man. All right. And I hope I don't butcher the ancestor's name. His name is I think Oloda Equano. He wrote in his book about his life story, has people do this thing similar as the Jews. All right. I'm gonna show you right here. It says what this other book. This one page won't tell this book called Servants of Allah. All right, which written by a sister. All right, by Sylvain, damn, Sylvain, how would I pronounce that? Sylvia, or Sylvain A. Dioff. All right. Anyway, this is in it says that our ancestors will be going to philosophies as predicted in the scriptures. But guess what? They still Israelites, even though they going into Islam. All right. Now, you read a book from Babylon 10:2, starting 10th century, and Ghana, that's where, you know, uh, many of people, the kings, will convert to Islam, all right, for financial reasons, or you know, other reasons. Some convert to Islam to keep the Arabs off of them, Ishmaelites off of them, you know, for slaughtering their Israelite brethren, you know. And some people converted willingly. It says what? Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27, and Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen, where Yahweh shall lead you. And there you shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor bear, nor eat, nor smell. What is that rock in Islam, man? That black rock, that's a stone. They can't see, eat, or smell. All right. So, you know, so a lot of people, I say pick up around the 10th century, I believe. You know, if you read a book, one of the Israelite kings in Ghana converted to Islam. All right. And a lot of people, you know, the persecution, they were forced to convert to Islam, you know, a little bit after that. All right. So it happened like, people converted to Islam throughout the times, but it really picked up, like I said, about 14th, 15th century. All right, this is from the page Service of Allah, page 112. It says right here, it says, reading the Bible could also present a real intellectual and religious interest to the Muslim and be a true comfort. All right, because people familiar with the scriptures, man. They Israelites, or even though they was bugged out, you know, into the Islam. All right, it said what? For it enabled them to go back to a spiritual world they had devoted many years of their free lives to study. They all knew the characters and stories of the holy book, right? They all knew the prophets, man, the ancestors, man. Since the Quran speaks abundantly of the Old and New Testaments. In addition, some had already read and studied Christian texts, some of the scriptures, the Bible, man. In Africa, as confirmed by Bungo Park for Senegambia, where he had seen manuscripts of an Arabic version of the Pentateuch of Moses, which they call Torah La Musa. All right, this is so high esteemed that it's often sold for the value of one prime slave. All right. They had slaves, but not like Esau, man. All right. They have likewise a version of Psalms of David or Zabur Dawidi. And lastly, the book Isaiah, which they call Lagili Laisa, is rather the New Testament of Yahushua, what they call it. It is in very high esteem. All right. Ibrahima, Abd al-Rahman had read some of these very books prior to his deportation for Guinea. All right, as he confided to his friend Andrew Marshall, who asked the Secretary of State Henry Clay to procure a New Testament in Arabic for the prince. All right. So there you go, our ancestors, man. They dealt with the scriptures, man. All right. Why you think they names? This is in Trinidad. It says what? Years later, former slave Ben Severe, remember, had seen a Muslim old man Israel praying with a book what he had. All right. Now I don't know what book that, the Quran or the Bible, but this guy, this Benjamite, all right, over there in Trinidad, his name was Yashala Israel. Why was his name with that? Ancestors, they dealt with the scriptures, man. Just checking on what you're talking about, man. All right. But you look at the names, our ancestors. It says Job and Solomon is one of the interesting examples of African retention, meaning Israelite retention name practice, which he was called citing mathematics, but known as Job and Solomon, which was the English translation of Senegalese name Ayuba, Job, Suleiman, Solomon. All right. So while the ancestors had these names, the Israelite names, man, if they wasn't Israelites, they ain't dealt with the scriptures. It says similar way Muslims name Ayuba, Muslims enslaved with Ibrahim, Abd al-Rahma gave the name Suleiman to his son, but the boys were called Solomon. It's very likely that many names Moses, Moise in French, Solomon, or Solomon, Abraham, Jacob, Adam, David will form Musa, Suleiman, Ibrahim, Ayuba, Adama. All right, it's the same thing as Lashma Kadash, Adama, and Dada. All right, was Dawad. All right, so while our ancestors had these names of these prophets and these kings and the rest of our ancestors, if they wasn't Israelites, man, like that makes no sense. All right, and you can see these names right here in San Dominican. All right, the island called Haiti and Dominican. You go Yuba, Job. All right, Yahya, Yakanan. All right, Solomon. You can see these names, man. All right, you could translate some of these names, all right, to the Israelites' names. I think Haruna, that's Aaron, translated. Baraka, Marbury, all right. All these names, man, go back to Israelite names, man. You translate them, all right. So she'll know what she's talking about, man. It says right here, I think, what is this book? I think this book called Jews of Color. All right. It says right here, as early as 1900, Negro preachers were traveling through the Carolinas preaching a doctrine that the so-called Negroes were really the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. There's no reason to think, however, that such reflection did not begin much earlier. In fact, during slavery itself, in 1800, a well-planned insurrection of slaves under the leadership of the slave Gabriel was discovered near Richmond, Virginia. Frank Fraser's account of this event notes that Gabriel made use of the Bible to impress upon the Negroes that they, as the Israelites, could throw off the yoke of slavery and that God will come to their aid. All right, but here you go, man. Why were our ancestors teaching they was the nation of Israel, man, if they wasn't? They won't go around teaching Esau, the devil, so-called white man, but they was teaching our people, man, back in the 1900s, man. Before that, you don't know what you're talking about, Cynthia G. All right, so this is for now. Shalom.